Hey you guys, welcome back. Welcome if it's your first time. So today we're gonna do some stretching for running, post-running, or pre-running, but I like to do it after I run, just to chill the system down, activate the parasympathetic system, which is the part of your nervous system that calms you, and then the sympathetic system is the part of the nervous system that stimulates and energizes. Yeah, so let's get started. Get in some comfy clothes. Hopefully you already are. Playlist is below. Let's start in a seated position. You can have sit your hips on your heels, or if you need a block or have a block, you can sit on the block. And if you don't have one, maybe try cross-legged. Let's just close our eyes and tune into our bodies for a second. Rest your palms face down on your thighs. Close your eyes, soften your face. Soften the muscles around your eyes and your lips. Relax your tongue and your mouth. And draw your attention toward your breathing. Notice the feeling of each inhale, the feeling of each exhale. Notice the very top of each breath in and each breath all the way out, the feeling of emptiness. Let's inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Inhale for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Slowly open your eyes. Remove the block if you had one there. Enjoy the feeling, the sense of calm. And then let's come on to into tabletop position. Hips over your knees, shoulders directly above your wrists. Spread your fingers nice and wide and continue that breath link. Inhale, drop your belly. Lift your chin, look up. And then exhale, press your palms round your spine for cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tail. And then exhale to round. Last one, inhale, drop the belly. Feel the opening in your chest. And then exhale, feel the opening in your shoulders. Inhale, flat back. And then kick your right leg out and drop the toes to the mat. Keep them tucked and draw your weight backwards onto those right toes, giving the hamstring and mostly the right calf a stretch. You can even press the palms slightly forward towards the top of your mat to give that I keep saying hamstring, to give that calf a deeper stretch. And then let's switch. Right knee comes back. Inhale, left toes back. Keep them tucked and then press the heel back. Keep your belly drawn in, your ribs tucked in like a corset. And then let's come back. Left knee meets the right. Let's tuck both toes now. Inhale. And then exhale through your nose, hips high, downward facing dog. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Spin the eyes of your elbows forward towards the top of your mat. And then just pedal out your feet. Left and right, maybe a little sway of the hips, however feels good to you. And then let's pause in stillness, lengthening your spine and your tailbone up and back and spreading your sits bones apart. You want to go for a long spine before you drop your heels all the way flat to the ground. If dropping your heels down towards the ground and results in a rounded back like this, then it's better to just bend the knees, lengthen your spine, and get that hamstring stretch by gently pressing the heels down, but not if it's going to end up making your back round. So next, let's inhale. Right leg goes up. Exhale, step the right foot in between your hands, drop your left knee, untuck the back toes, and just stay here, pressing that left hip forward and down towards the right heel. Inhale, both palms to the front knee. Should feel that in your left hip flexor. Mine are super tight. Ooh. And if you feel strong here, you can inhale both arms up above you. From the waist up, you're reaching up towards the sky, and from the bottom, you're sinking down into the ground, stretching your hips. On an exhale, bring both palms down flat, and then straighten the right knee, flex the right toes, and shift your hips back over your left knee for half splits. Keep your right toes flexed, and keep that right thigh active and engaged. Work on lengthening your spine and drawing your nose or the crown of your head towards your toes. And just try to let go here. Eventually your head hanging heavy. Inhale to rebend the front leg, both palms down flat, and then tuck your left toes, step back to high push-up plank. Take a breath in, and then exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes up. Exhale, step in between both hands, lower your back knee, untuck the toes. And then just let your chest stay heavy for a little bit. Pressing your chest into thigh, thigh into chest. Head heavy, and then on an inhale, both palms can come up to the front knee. If this hurts your low back at all, then just stay with your chest draping over the front thigh. Try to drop your shoulders, soften them down your back. As you lengthen your spine and the sides of your body, maybe reach up with both hands, palms face one another, pinkies turned in. And then slowly exhale, both palms down flat. Straighten the left leg, flex the front toes, and then hips. Your right hip should be directly above the right knee. So if you're back, then just scoot your left heel slightly forward so that you have a 90-degree angle on your right leg. Just notice any differences. On this side for me is way stiffer, way tighter, so I can't really fold into it as much. Just breathe into the spots where you feel the tension, where you notice the resistance. Just meet that resistance instead of running from it or anxiously trying to avoid it. Inhale, come forward, rebend your left leg. Lift your right knee, tuck the back toes, and then step back to plank. One long inhale. Exhale, hips high, downward dog. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, the right foot outside of the right hand. Again, this time drop your back knee. So if you're reading the mat, it's hand, foot. This is called dragon pose or lizard pose. If you can come down onto your forearms, then do so. But if you're as tight as I am, then you can't. You can use a block to bring, oh my goodness, the ground up to you. I'm giggling because I'm a pain laugher. I laugh when I'm in pain. And then just try to relax your head, relax your shoulders. Keep your right knee over the right ankle. Try not to let it bow out to the right. And just let your belly be heavy. Should be a passive pose, not an active one. And slowly lift your head. If you're on your elbows, come back up onto your palms. Keep the left palm down. Bend the left knee and then reach the right arm back to grab the outside of the left foot. The block helps a lot here. If you can stay on your forearm, go for it. But again, I'm too tight to do that. You should be feeling your right hip flexor, your left hip flexor, your left quad, the front of that thigh. Breathe calmly, just like we did in the beginning. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Slowly release. Straighten the left leg, right palm down flat. Lift the left knee and tuck those toes and then step back to plank. Exhale, hips high, downward dog. Switch sides. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it to the outside of the left hand. Drop your right knee. Untuck your toes. And then come down on, you can stay here on your palms or onto your forearms, or use anything to bring the ground up. It could be a blanket or a book or whatever you need or have on hand. Just breathe and notice the points of discomfort, and whenever you feel a little tension, a little discomfort, Breathe into that place. Send your breath there. It's stuck energy. Send your breath, send your mindfulness into that spot. And the energy will dissipate, it will dissolve. And then come back up onto your palms, bend the right knee, grab for the outer edge of the right foot with the left hand. Oh, way tighter on this side. Close your eyes. Inhale for 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. Slowly, gracefully come out of the pose. Both palms down flat. Lift the right knee, tuck the back toes, and then step back to plank. Downward facing dog. This time in your down dog, separate your feet hips with distance, and then draw the left toes to the back of the right ankle, drawing that right heel down flat to the ground if you can, or as flat as you can, really stretching the back of that right leg. But keep the leg active, so use the quad, and activate the front of that thigh. And then switch. Left foot down, right toes to the back of the left ankle. Lengthening the leg, stretching the back of that full leg while still pressing your tailbone up and back. Keeping both hips square, your belly strong and flat. Core engaged. Release your right toes down flat to meet your left. Come down onto your knees and then crawl your knees in between your hands. Draw your knees together and your heels apart, wide enough that you can sit in between them. So if that's enough here on your knees or your ankles, you can stay here. If this hurts, then again, use something to lift your hips, to sit on something. And if you feel like you can take a little more, start to recline. Walk your hands back, come down onto your elbows. Oof, my quads. Maybe your shoulders. Ten breaths here, so just settle into the pose. And then wherever you are, shoulders come back onto your elbows, elbows to palms. Get your sits bones underneath you and then come up onto your knees. Swing your hips out one way, and then your legs extend out long in front of you. Bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet together for butterfly pose. Oh my goodness. Inhale for a long, straight spine, and then exhale. To draw your forehead down, your nose to your toes. And then slowly use your belly to draw yourself all the way up. Draw your knees together to touch. And then just give yourself a soft hug. Rest your chest on your thighs. Let your head be heavy. And then we'll roll all the way down on your back. Keep your knees bent. We'll do figure four. So cross your left ankle over the right knee, and then grab for the underbelly of your right thigh or maybe the right shin. If that's enough, just stay here. Keep your left toes flexed to protect your left knee. And if you want to play with the stretching, then press your left knee into your left elbow and your left elbow into the left knee to open up that left knee away from you. And then we'll switch sides. Drop your right foot flat, uncross the ankle, switch sides. Right ankle crosses over the left knee. Grab for the thigh or the shin. Oof, and then make sure you keep those right toes flexed. Both shoulders flat on the ground. Deep breaths. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale, 2, 3, 4. Left foot down comes down flat, uncross the ankles, and then roll on over left side. Press your right palm into the earth, come into a seated position. That is it for our runner stretching. If you have the time to stay in a Savasana resting pose, please do. I hope you guys check back in with me soon. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening. Namaste.